Well, good afternoon, all. I don't know if I'm going or not. I don't think I am. Yeah, there I am. I'm finally going. Well, good afternoon. I'm going to talk politics, but it ain't going to be my normal thing. I'm not going to badmouth particular politicians. I'm going to badmouth every politician. We got a problem in this country with politics, and this is the problem we have. Is we keep getting the same kind of people in every office. And I'm not talking about Democrats, I'm not talking about Republicans, I'm not talking about Libertarians, Green Party. They're politicians. And that's the problem because you can't trust politicians because they're wealthy. Ain't never been a poor man elected to a major political position. And I doubt there is ever going to be. That's the problem. This country has been set up since the very beginning, particularly in national politics, to guarantee that only the wealthiest and the most affluent, to use a big word, are going to be in office. Oh, and by the way, let me apologize for my scruffy appearance, but that's just the way it is. So anyway, it's always been that way. You have to have money to be elected to office. It's always been that way. You look at the presidency. There's never been a president that was not wealthy. Abraham Lincoln, even by the standards of his day, was a well-to-do lawyer. Our senators, our representatives, they're all wealthy because it literally costs millions of dollars to be elected to a federal office. Tens of millions, 100 million to become president. That's the problem. Because until we reach a point in this country to where a average income citizen can run for federal public office and have a chance to be elected, be on an equal footing, nothing will ever change. Nothing. The wealthy will be in control. People want to talk about government conspiracies. Well, the only government conspiracy that I can tell you is true is a conspiracy to make damn sure that only the rich can run the government. It's always been that way, and it probably always will. So I guess what I'm bitching about is never going to change because there's no way to change it. But we've got to do something. We can't keep putting the same people into office. They stay in there and you put term limitations in, that's fine. Or you can only stay in 2 terms. Okay, it's 8 years for a senator. Okay, but the thing is, when he leaves, his replacement is going to be someone just exactly like him. A rich person, a wealthy person who could give a shit less about people like me and you. I'm not saying that I'm qualified to be president of the United States. God help us all if I was president of the United States. Even though I think I got way more sense than most of the people that have been in there, I also don't have a filter and would pretty much tell Putin and Kim Jong-un, Rocket Man, exactly what I thought of them. And we'd all be nothing but radioactive ashes within a week. I got enough sense to know that. I think I could do as good a job of being a U.S. Senator as Tom Cotton or a representative as French Hill. I got just as much common sense as them. May not have their education, but I got common sense. And I know the difference between right and wrong. That's the problem about politicians, is they know what's right. They know what's wrong. But right and wrong has nothing to do with politics. Politics, as has often been said, is all about the art of the deal. To be a good politician, you must be willing to lie. You must be willing to ignore what is right. And you must be willing to compromise your principles, and you must be willing to compromise what is best for your constituents to get a deal that is good for you politically, because it is all about keeping your office come the next election. Have you never ever noticed politicians are the busiest the year before election day? That's when that's when they get on the stick and they start trying to do things that make them look good, because they're trying to get reelected, so they can spend the next 3 years sitting on their ass doing little or nothing and stuffing their pockets. They're all the same, Democrat or Republican. There's no difference. There's no honest politician. I am sure that there has been honest men and women that have been elected to office, but within a week of them being elected, if that, they are no longer honest, because you cannot be honest and be a politician unless you are just going to hold that job for one term and get out. And then you're not going to get anything done, because the other politicians will quickly recognize that you're honest, and they're going to do everything to hamstring you and make you ineffective, and you will be ineffective. I don't know how to solve this problem. I can bitch about it, but I can't solve it, because until we reach a point to where network and cable outlets, radio stations, newspapers say, okay, we're not charging anyone for political ads. That means if Frank Jackson wants to run for president of the United States, he's going to get the same amount of ad time, radio time, newspaper print as Donald Trump or Joe Biden. And it's not going to cost him a penny. We're not going to charge them, and we're not going to charge him. They're going to get the same amount of time. If Walmart donates $10 million to Trump or to Joe Biden, then they have to donate $10 million to Frank Jackson to use in his election. That's the only way you could do it, and that's never going to happen, because it's not in the interest of the wealthy to see a poor man run for any important. It's not just any important office or federal office. Hell, you cannot get elected to city council in a small town anymore unless you are one of the top 10% in the income in that town. It's not going to happen. You must be affluent and wealthy in whatever level of politics you're in to have a chance of being elected. And that's not right. We don't need politicians in government. We need people who know what they're doing, that are honest, and that are there for the benefit of their constituency, whether that be their town, their county, their state, or the country as a whole. And we need experts in the job. You look at the cabinet, okay? The only two cabinet positions in the United States cabinet that requires a certain job criteria is the Attorney General must be a lawyer and the Surgeon General must be a doctor. As for the rest of them, there is no expertise required. It simply requires that you kiss the ass of the man who won the White House. You've got Linda McMahon in the Small Business Association. She runs the SBA. Linda McMahon, who run the WWE, a multi-million dollar, now billion-dollar corporation, whose probably last experience with a small business was a lemonade stand she might have run when she was 7 years old one summer. What is she doing there? What does she know about small business? You got this ignorant woman that they put in the Department of Education. She knows nothing about education. The Secretary of Education should be someone who was a teacher. I know several teachers. Hi, Diane. That teachers, principals, superintendents, college professors, deans, these are the people that should be in the Department of Education. Secretary of Agriculture. Secretary of Agriculture shouldn't be no lawyer or no political hack. He should be someone who has been a farmer, a rancher, runs some sort of agricultural based business, knows what it's about. We don't have expertise in government. We have politics. Politics is destroying this nation. It is the root and the base of every problem that we have in this country. It is polarized side against side. It has made us blind to what is right and what is wrong. So I'm going to say this. I make no bones. I don't like Trump. I ain't a big fan of Joe Biden. I think everyone knows I'm not voting for Donald Trump. What I will tell you in November is to look at the ballot. Senators, representatives, governors, state senators, representatives, president, county sheriff, county judge, mayor, city council. It doesn't matter. Look at each person on that ballot and ask yourself one simple question. amongst these candidates who will do right, who will do wrong. For everyone, who will be the most benefit. Vote your conscience. Please vote. I don't care if you vote for Donald Trump. I don't like him, but vote. Heard a long time ago, if you don't vote, you have absolutely no right to bitch the next day about who is elected. Vote your conscience. Vote for the one that you believe is right. If you do that, I have no problem with the outcome. Politics are killing us. We need honest politics. We need honest people. We don't need politicians. We need honest people. I don't think we're ever going to get them, but we can hope. Have a great day, and God bless.